Winnipeg Jets come back from 3-1 down. Got to give the hockey smalls. The Winnipeg Jets come back from 3-1 down with 2 minutes to go and win in double overtime, including a game-tying goal to send it to overtime with 3 seconds to go. But CC, today we are ranking the top players left in the NBA postseason.
Oh, yeah. Love this, Smalls. Love this list. So usually when I do the power rankings, it's 5 through 1. No. Not today. Oh. Today, we're going 10 through 1 because there's too many players left in the NBA postseason that we got to show a lot of respect to, Smalls. So for that reason and that reason alone, we expanded the Canty Power Rankings for this week. We got the top 10 NBA players left in the postseason. So it's jam-packed. We got a lot to get to. So without further ado, let's do this.
Number 10.
Evan Mobley, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year. He took his offensive game to another level this year, averaging 18-9 and making his first All-Star appearance. He's the biggest change year over year for the Cleveland, and it's why the Cavs made the leap from 4th to 1st in the conference standings. Next.
Number 9.
Tyrese Halliburton. He can score with the best of them, especially in the biggest moments. He's the head of the snake for the best offense left in the postseason. Indiana averages 30 assists per game, and they have the highest three-point shooting percentage left of any of the postseason teams at 41.6%, with the second most three-point makes. It's incredible what the Indiana Pacers are doing, and Tyrese Halliburton obviously is setting them up. He refers to himself as the mother playing the point guard position. He wants to take care of all of his guys, and that's Tyrese Halliburton in a nutshell. He's dangerous, and that's not just because his dad sits courtside.
Oh. I was going to say, based on his Game 1 performance versus the Cavs, I'm surprised he's at number 9, but you hit me with the dad line there.
I mean, I just had to put it out there, right? I mean, am I wrong for saying that?
No, you're definitely not.
Well, Dad ain't sitting courtside anymore, that's for sure.
Nah, sorry, Pops, can't do it to you. Next.
Number 8.
Donovan Mitchell. I don't know why this guy continues to be disrespected. His team had the second best record in all of basketball in the regular season, and he played great in their opening round series against the Miami Heat. Now, little step back. This past game, Game 1 against the Indiana Pacers, you could attribute that to the long layoff. But Donovan Mitchell is an absolute stud. He's going to have to be better. He's going to have to be more efficient. He's going to have to get more teammates involved. I thought yesterday he tried to get himself going, attributed to the 30 shots that he took, and he wasn't conscious of making sure that he got his others involved. And so I think that's going to be the big test for Donovan Mitchell, making sure that he pick and chooses his spots. He's got to score a lot of points, don't get me wrong, especially with Darius Garland out of the lineup, but he also has to be aware of making sure he gets his teammates engaged. Next.
Number 7.
Jaylen Brown. Finals MVP, averaged 23 points per game on 49% shooting in the series against the Magic. He's the ultimate Swiss Army knife. He can score on all 3 levels. He can defend 1 through 4. Going to be fascinating to see him match up against Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks in round 2, especially if Drew Holiday continues to be banged up.
The fact that Halliburton, Mitchell, and Brown are 9, 8, and 7.
I know.
You could have made the argument that could be like 5, 4, and 3. I'm fascinated. I mean, I have names in my head, but the order is fascinating.
Yeah.
Let's get to 6. This is interesting.
Number 6.
Jalen Brunson. Knicks were plus 19 when he was on the court against the Pistons and minus 11 when he was off it. The series was decided by 8 points. NBA's Clutch Player of the Year showed it in his 40-point Game 6 masterpiece when he hit the game-winning series-clinching 3. Next.
Number 5.
Steph Curry. No player in the NBA has the gravitational pull like Steph Curry when he's on the court, and that was on full display in Game 7 against the Rockets. He didn't hit his first field goal until 30 seconds left in the first half. By that point, the Warriors had a double-digit lead off the strength of 11 made three-pointers, 6 by Buddy Hield, who tied an NBA Game 7 record with 9 makes in the entire game. Golden State was plus 18 when Steph Curry was on the court. This series, keep in mind, both teams in this series scored 728 points. Exactly. But the Golden State Warriors were plus 18 when Steph Curry was on the court. Next.
Number 4.
This is interesting.
SGA. He struggled in the first couple of games against Memphis, but got better as the series went on. Gonna learn a lot about him in this next series against Denver. He is the presumptive MVP, and he's going up against the guy that probably will win runner-up this year in Nikola Jokic. Fascinating to see how SGA responds when he's going to have that head-to-head matchup, so to speak.
So I have an idea of who the top three are. I just don't know what order you're going to place them in.
All right, Smalls, well, let's get to it.
Number 3.
Jason Tatum.
There we go.
Second in points per game, rebounds per game, and player efficiency rating among remaining players in the postseason. He missed Game 2 of this series in the Magic due to a wrist injury, but it didn't matter as the C's completed the gentleman's sweep against Orlando. There's a chip on Tatum's shoulder after what might have been the most disrespected championship offseason ever across any sport. JT is on one.
Yes, he is.
Next,
Number 2.
Anthony Edwards averaged 26, 8, and 6 in the series against LA, but the numbers don't fully quantify his impact. In the first 4 games against the Lakers, Ant-Man averaged 30 points on 45, 43, 83 shooting splits. He was doubled constantly in Game 5, where he went 5 of 19 from the field, including 0 of 11 from 3. But he made winning plays with 8 assists in that game and a number of hockey assists to go along with 11 rebounds. Defensively, Edwards shut down Austin Reeves, holding him to 17 points or less in 4 of the 5 games against LA. But there can only be one number 1.
Number 1.
Nikola Jokic, the best player in the world, averaged a triple-double in the series against the Clips, and Denver was plus 23 when he was on the court. And we got to remember, this guy was matched up against one of the best defensive bigs in all of basketball in Zubac. But here's the thing, it's not just about what Jokic does on the court, it's about the leadership that he provides in that locker room. We got to remember, this organization was in turmoil at the end of the regular season. They fired their general manager. They fired their head coach. And all they've done is go 7-3 since moving on from Michael Malone and Calvin Booth, and win the opening round series against a team that a lot of people thought could be in the Western Conference Finals in the LA Clippers. Sidebar, we need to stop holding on to the hope that the Clippers with Kawhi Leonard are going to get to the NBA Finals, go on some championship run. That's not going to happen.
No.
But the reason why it's not going to happen this year is because of Nikola Jokic. So there's the list. The top 10 NBA players left in the postseason. Number 1, Nikola Jokic. Number 2, Anthony Edwards. Number 3, Jason Tatum. Number 4, SGA. Number 5, Steph Curry. Number 6, Jalen Brunson. Number 7, Jaylen Brown. Number 8, Donovan Mitchell. Number 9, Tyrese Halliburton. Number 10, Evan Mobley. Smalls, you are my accountability partner. Any objections, any omissions?
No omissions, great list. But I think a lot of people could make objections because there's so much star power on this list. Even the top 5, I think you could rearrange the deck and make a great argument for any of those guys to be number 1.
The hardest one for me was Jalen Brunson not being in the top 5.
That's tough.
That was tough.
Finals MVP.
That was tough. That was the toughest one for me.
You know what else I was thinking as you gave the list? SGA, Ant, and Tatum, that crew that's right there in the 2, 3, 4 slots. Think about how much they have to gain from a legacy standpoint based on what happens in these playoffs.
And we have a guy, and I don't disagree with your exclusion of him, but we have a guy whose nickname starts with playoff.
And Jimmy.
Not on the list.
Great call.
Right, in terms of the bet. And I don't think on this team that version should actually come out. Because I actually think when that version of playoff Jimmy comes out, it doesn't allow Steph to be Steph. When Steph's a top 5 player in the world, they win a title. When Jimmy is, they don't. Right? Like that's just, or previously, Miami did not. I mean, Tatum on this list at 3, it's interesting considering his teammate was better than him in the postseason last year. Tatum from St. Louis, of course, Smalls' town, right?
Yes.
So that team last night, St. Louis. You know, you hit on something interesting about a team that was eliminated. Do we have the least clutch player in the history of sports on that?